Hello all, welcome back to the video on ERP. Our next lecture is on Oracle ERP. We were discussing about different ERP vendors, and before this we already have discussed about SAP, PeopleSoft, and now we are going to discuss about Oracle ERP. You are very well known about Oracle, since Oracle is one service provider, you can say, which is giving you database applications, and you might have used before many times this Oracle databases. So we are going to learn what is Oracle ERP. That means Oracle company is also providing you the solution for ERP, and now we will see how Oracle is providing that solution for the enterprises. So you can see here Oracle is providing the modules which are listed here. Different modules are provided by the Oracle. In that, payroll system is one important system, subsystem available in the Oracle, financials, e-commerce, etc. You can just read out all those things. You'll come to know what are the submodules of Oracle ERP. So these are the submodules. In that, what kind of functionality is provided by the Oracle. So Oracle provides CRM functionality, one CRM module, and which is licensed. All the modules are licensed modules. So under CRM, uh, marketing, sales, services, and maintaining the relationship between the customer and company. So that kind of functionalities are provided by the CRM. Then HRMS. So HRMS is a human resource management system where we can handle recruitments, then payroll systems, then different trainings of staffs or employees. Another submodule is about projects. So regarding project, the timelines, portfolios, costings, different contracts with the other enterprises, and resource management, etc. are the functionalities provided by the projects submodule. Financials, where uh, payable and receivable are accepted. Again, some financial analyzers are available, some functionalities are available for enterprise planning. Under manufacturing submodule, inventory, bill of material, as you all know previously. Then engineering, MRPs, which we learned how MRP work or how we schedule the process. Then supply chain management is one important submodule from the ERP. So here procurement, manufacturing, order management, product lifecycle management, supply chain execution. These are some functionalities provided by supply chain. So what is the basic architecture of Oracle? See, we are right now we are studying about Oracle e-business suite release 12. Okay, previously they have released different versions. So whatever version right now we are studying is the current version of Oracle. Oracle EBS, that means e-business suite release 12. So this is the architecture for Oracle EBS. This architecture is based on three-tier architecture. Why three? Because you can see in the diagram, first tier is desktop tier, second tier is application tier, and third tier is database tier. So desktop tier is client side, application tier is your intermediate tier where application server is handled, and the last tier is database server where all the data is stored. So we will see one by one. Um, so this architecture, as we already have discussed, three-tier architecture, and out of that, first tier is your desktop tier. That means this is to the client side. So the forms client side applets must run within a JVM. Okay, that means on the client side, JVM, Java Virtual Machine, should be runnable. and in Oracle EBS, Oracle EBS uses JInitiator for the JVM. Okay. Then application tier. This application tier provides you different services since it is middle tier, so that requests and responses coming from uh, client side to the server side, all those requests and responses are handled in this tier, and that is why this tier is giving you different services. So here you can see different services listed out: web services, form services, concurrent processing services. So web services means different services, like a Java virtual machine most of the time uses JVM from web browser. So the web services which are provided under this, the services regarding data on and off, which data goes from client side to the server side. For that, some services are required, and those services are handled at this layer. Form services, where uh, form services are responsible for servlets, and these servlets are enabled to provide you different firewall systems, or allow you to use firewall systems, different proxies, proxy servers. Okay, and that is why we use form services. And concurrent processing server, so whenever client request for data storage into the database, at that time this concurrent processing server creates table into the database, and according to the requirement it creates the rows and columns into the database, give name to the database, and etc. That is called as concurrent processing server. Last layer is database layer, that means database tier. The database tier contains Oracle database server into it, and that stores and manages the data which is maintained by Oracle eBusiness Suite. So the data, such as what kind of data is stored into the Oracle eBusiness Suite, the data is tables, different kind of indexes, and some objects of databases. So database server communicate with the services and server on the application tier, which we have seen previously, which mediate the communication between the database and the client, right? So always your middle tier is responsible to establish the communication between client and the database. Uh, I already told you about eBusiness Suite release 12. So what was before that in Oracle? So this is the history of Oracle eBusiness Suite. Uh, Very first, Oracle launched their first application as Oracle Accounting Application in 1987, and that was their first product, and that first product was very much used by many companies, many enterprises, and at that time Oracle was very famous in financials and accounting companies. Then come up with a another version in 1998, and actually they launched their first business suite, e-business suite. Okay, since it is online, so e-business suite, and the release was 11. And after that, many years, many companies, organizations use that EBS release 11, right from 1998 to 2006, and then they released newest version, where some breakthrough with the updated technologies were used, and they released EBS release 12, and which was released in 2007, and up till now they have this EBS release 12 used by different enterprises. So what kind of technologies are being used in this Oracle eBusiness Suite? So you can see here I have listed different technologies which are used in Oracle eBusiness. So already we have discussed some of them, that is JInitiator, Java, that is Java virtual machine we were using at the client side, Oracle Form Server. Form Server is for providing you some proxies and servlets. Apache Web Server for to provide web services, Oracle Discoverer for database, and Java, then PLSQL for handling database, Oracle database, .NET framework, HTML and XML. These are the technologies used in Oracle e-business suite. What is the strength of this Oracle e-business suite? So Oracle is very good in database and backend, as we all know about this. We have used in our education also. We have used in our work all at work also. So that Oracle is very much famous in their database service providing, and due to this they have established a good market presence in American markets, and also in Middle East also they are most of the companies are using Oracle ERPs. And due to this reputation of their financial module, which was launched very previously, they have won several prizes, and they have good presence and good strength of uh, business inside the companies, and because of which they have given scope for newer models. So now also they are working on new and updated versions into the Oracle e-business suite, and soon we will be meeting with the new version of EBS, which was R12, and now we'll be looking afterwards. So thank you very much, and if you have any queries regarding this, you can revert back to me. Thank you.